Hey everybody, Radaman here. Thanks for tuning in to the Philosopher King, a RimWorld royalty series about being a benevolent, I guess Count is the highest rank we can obtain. In previous weeks, we voted to transport dead allies back home. I'm going to try to do that this episode. We have about 6 dead ally corpses, maybe 7 actually, on the map tile. And then, of course, it's a choose-your-own-adventure series, which means you'll periodically be given the chance to vote on rules and goals, and here are the ones outstanding. The close ancient danger, converting to a guest room for royalty, design the base as a castle, construct proper defenses, and construct a crematorium. Well, we have a crematorium, but not a crematorium room. This is partially because I'm not sure that this is exactly where I want my crematorium in the far-flung future. I'm temporarily going to suspend the carpeting of the bedroom in hopes to get the border wall constructed. I think the border wall is a very important project, and I am going to push towards that promptly and quickly. Another thing I wanted to do is the siege that came. I want to utilize all of their lovely foods, which means I'm going to expand my... Oh, Angelia, our polar bear, just got the plague. That's too bad. Well, I mean, that happens. Alright, so another thing I'm going to do is try to get rid of all the graves I've got around the map. So we have a bunch of graves over here, 5 graves over there, and 1 here. So we'll dig those up. So what I really wanted to do is have someone like Poppy start hauling these packaged survival meals, because the wild animals are going to start eating them for nutrient sources, and that means, meals that we could have saved ourselves are going to be used up. Another thing I wanted to do is to accept the mighty construction with Bubbaloo. And I'll put this little monument in the corner there to try to keep it safe from would-be raiders. Speech from the throne, Bubbaloo says he's going to do. Well, I sure hope he doesn't screw this up. Alright, Faustopia. So yeah, we've grabbed almost all of the meals. And then people are going to listen to his speech from the throne. Don't screw this up, buddy. Everybody's listening. Let's take a look. He's got a social of 14. It was encouraging speech. That works for me. That works for me. Oh, Zero. You seem to be a bit of a night owl. So I'm deciding on where to put a kill box. I think what I'm going to do is a very, very temporary kill box. Not a particularly good one, but a temporary one. I'm just going to plop it here. And the way I'm going to design this, again, I cannot stress enough, this is temporary. I think a lot of people are going to say, oh, this kill box sucks. Yes, I agree. It does suck. It's just a temporary one. I'm just going to plop in like this. And this is the very basics of how to keep us safe. It's not really too, it's a cheap, quick little project to throw together. Concrete flooring and all that. So that's why I'm tossing it together. And then let's put in some doors. And that's it. I'll align it with turrets. A quest available. Gelly's met. Gelly. Why? A mechanized swarm attacking settlements. Call them off, and my faction relations will improve. You know what, Gelly? Not this time, buddy. Not this time. I don't much care for your cheeky, crappy quests. Right, so we have this beautiful border wall to finish up. And And then a very temporary kill box. I cannot stress enough how temporary this kill box is going to be. A very temporary kill box to construct. You guys are hauling what? Stones? Oh, you're trying to train Free Dog. Free Dog, stop running around. Alright, Chris. Let's get the last of the meals. We also have shells to grab, but wild animals won't eat the shells, so there's that at least. Some graves to destroy. So did we actually get the... No, we haven't even destroyed the local graves. So here, Zero and Mathis are working on the temporary kill box. And Yanshui, I think what I'm going to do is... Let's create a temporary zone for you here. I know there's rice there, but I want to cut the trees down that block the construction's progress. So she'll get rid of the trees, which will speed up the progress of the box itself. Alright, so you're done. Let's go back to unrestricted. Animal hauling grazing. Oh, another thing I wanted to do. This, oh boy, you already put there, is going to be kibble. So let's... It's important that kibble goes there, and let's get rid of this kibble zone here. Shay, I would very much like you to... What, do we make a kibble out of milk? Jesus, I should fix that. No animal products. Thank you very much. And this allows us to have animal hauling grazing. We'll include the shelf for the kibble, and that means that our animals won't get hungry. And that also means that animals. Mathis, you are, or Klein rather, you are going to be set to animal hauling. And I'll reinstall these blue fur beds. Actually, you know what? I'm going to break these down. I'm going to have a lot of spare cloth, so I might as well make those out of cotton, which is a harder to come by resource. So we really tossed this kill box together pretty quickly. Lissa and Shorty now can be released. The benevolent thing to do is to just make sure they're fully healthy and then release them, rather than to release them a little early when it could be dangerous to their health to walk out of the tile, they could get infected, etc. So that's why I had them stick around for so long. Alright, now, you are not a guest. We'll burn you. And then we have these graves over here. I do believe those are intruders, so to speak. Another thing I need to do is, smelt weapons. We are going to smelt all of the weapons that are crappy melee weapons. So get rid of Zeus, Plasma, Mono, but everything else will smelt. And then we are also going to smelt any weapon that is biocoded. So that includes a lot of the weapons that are on the map right now, because we've had a lot of biocoded attackers come at us. Alright, so this temporary kill box is going to accommodate some of these turrets. I'll move 2 of the turrets up. I'm going to keep one turret, I'll keep one turret here, just, you know, as a not putting all of our turrets in one basket sort of thing. Alright, Zero, I'm going to have you deconstruct this stuff. And then we want some cloth animal beds. Okay, so there we go. We have animal beds for each animal. The advantage of an animal bed is it has a little bit of an immunity gain factor and more rest effectiveness, which means that if they're sick or sleeping, it's a little bit more efficient than just like sleeping on the ground. So that's a big positive. The very, very temporary kill box is on its way to getting done. And then we still need to fix up or finish the border walls. Yan Shui is harvesting the last of the rice. I'm going to allow for some of these farms to be re-sown, but not all of them, because I think it's probably too late in the season. It says growing season ends today. So, in fact, only one little field. Our Bubbaloo is still just grinding away, trying to get... new lovers. Faustopia and Shay. Alrighty then. Let's get another bed constructed. 0, you're going to be on that. It's already excellent. Perfect. Move this over. Move this to the hospital. I'm going to build an end table in the hospital. I'm also going to put my medicine in here too. Critically important that medicine go in there. Alright, so let's work this all out. It means we're going to have an extra bedroom, which is kind of nice. Faustopia, move your bed. And then Shay, this could be for prisoners or something. I'll just leave that unassigned. So, Shay and Faustopia. There's your beds. This is going to be the extenuation of a hospital room. 0 before you sleep. We'll just throw a little end table in there. And there we go. It's good, but whatever. That is just for a little bit of comfort. Alright, so now we have a hospital stocked with some medicine. Oops, I did not mean to conscript you, buddy. And it's sterile-ish. Okay. Well, looking good so far. Everyone's really pairing off. Maybe Talon and 0. The age differences between them might be too great. But who knows? Time will tell. Let's go ahead and allow the butchering of creatures. Alright, so Angelia, you've got plague immunity already. Perfect. The kill box. So the way this kill box is going to need to work is... Oops. I don't know how Bubbaloo got wrapped up in that. Is let's leave this door open all times, so that it is a free access point for people to come attack us. And then Yanshui, you are sowing the... It says growing season is still here. It's still warm enough, but soon that won't be true. Soon it will be too cold. So I really want to get that border wall down, and then, of course, we've got a limited amount of time to build this structure. I'm going to keep our animals from grazing around there, though. I don't want to draw enemies towards the area because animals are there. We can allow them to graze this area, though. That's fine. We can even allow them to graze up here. Okay, so the border wall is coming underway. And quest available. The Grand Edifice. Empire Spirit requests a really rather large monument. They gain royal favor. Okay, I'll accept this one as well. with Bubbaloo. So we are going to be the monument builders, I guess. This one, it doesn't much matter if it gets destroyed or not. Not that I want it to get destroyed, but we'll lay that one out too. Let's see. This should be unforbidden so that we can haul the shells in. Okay, so what I really, really need, oh, this should not be, remove roof here. Got to get that rain to clear out all the blood, right? Okay, so we're really close to having our border walls done. Wow, Talon, you cannot cut trees to save your life. Get you off that. We have enough wood that I could probably cancel these trees. I just want to cut the trees that block the construction projects. So I don't know why you're cutting that one. Oh, yes. Let's not bother resowing this. Yeah, harvest the trees that are in the way. Alright, Yanshui, I know you want to go to sleep, but I'm going to have you cut a few troublesome trees first. Alright, so we got 2 turrets in the kill box. They're steel turrets, so they're flammable, and they're weak and easily destroyed, but at least there's something. Alright, you can sleep now. So one thing I'm going to need to do, even though it is late in the season, is to caravan the corpses back to their respective communities. Finish off this bedroom. Unfortunately, I don't really have gold to do that. I'm going to need gold to do it, of course. Fibrous Mechanites. So, Fastopia, Mathis, Poppy, getting Fib Mechs. So, more manipulation, a lot of pain, though. What I'm going to do is, yes, we're already on Doctor's Care, no meds, so we'll keep that. And Rego Light, passing by. Hey, Regos. How you doing, friends? Alright. Angelia becoming better and better by the day at hauling. Soon we'll be adding her to hauling. I'm going to line the edges here with concrete so that we can get to the side doors a little bit quicker if we need. Zero finishing up the border wall as fast as you can. It looks to me like it wouldn't hurt to do some berry harvesting. I'm a little worried about running low on materials, you know, to make fine meals and the like. Yanshui, I'm also going to tell you to... Where are you harvesting a tree? Oh, you know what? Yeah, I don't need to cut trees outside of the base. There's plenty inside of the base that are blocking me. Alright, so I just bound her to this area where she's going to cut down trees for the monument, and then we are going to do the same over here. Now this monument here, I do believe, if I read it correctly, so it needs to get damaged or destroyed for the mechs to be called in. It can be made out of wood, but that's dangerous because wood is very weak and flammable, so I'm going to make it out of something tougher. Come on, Yanshui, finish up. So this little layout here, especially if it is wood floors, is a really good way to stop shooters from having good line of sight coming into your kill box. Ooh, fabrication is done. This choke point here means that brawlers have to come in 1 by 1, but I can defend 3 by 1. But here's what I wanted to do. I have the ability to make a fabrication bench. I do have the 2 advanced components to do it. So let's go do that right now, because I desperately cannot stress this enough, need to get components. So Bubbaloo, you're going to move the lamp. And then I'm going to make a fab bench here. I hope that's a good spot. You know? Hope it's a good spot. Fingers crossed. We'll do our best to make this work. That also means maybe a chair would be nice. Where's Zero? Where are you going with that? Oh, I need regular components. Yeah, that's right. I had forbidden that. To reserve it for the fab bench, because the fab bench needs all but 2 of my components. There we go. So now we have a fabrication bench. I'm going to plug that baby in, and I'm going to queue up components until I have 20. That also means that our smith here, Zero, yeah, he's actually ordered a smith over construct, so that's perfect. I'm going to reduce this back down to 3 and 2 alike. It doesn't change anything, but it allows me to reprioritize a little bit easier if that comes to it. I also need a research project. So now that we have fabrication, what would be really good is if I started working on better guns, and also prosthetics. Both. But I would say better guns is needed. If I don't get better guns soon, I'm going to need a lot more prosthetics, because people are going to get a lot more beat up. So there are a few gaps in the border wall, but mostly they're done. Oh god, Yanshui, I am so sorry. So she lumberjacked that whole zone, but I left her there. Got distracted. Luckily, she's in a pretty prime mood, so... Yeah, so the prosthetics are for... Well, let's see. We've got Zero, who has a leg scar, and Yanshui, who has a leg scar. So both could benefit from that. We also have a bad lung, but that's not going to be solved by prosthetics alone. Oh, wild turkey's eating my my food. Nah, that's not gonna work for me. Let me just take a quick look. Yeah, it looks like there's no other wild animals that are encroaching upon my stuff here. Wow, that is some really weird pathing. Forbidding all these side doors so that people don't take that path. Alright, so Mathis is finishing up the border wall. Mathis hauling the monument maker. There's really... Alright, what walls? Okay, you're building these walls. That's okay. And then the purpose of the wood floor is if I could, you know, if I have the right materials, I can always set the floor on fire to make it even more dangerous for enemies to be coming. So I think the last door is getting constructed now. Yep. And now I have a full border wall, which is really, really, really good. It's not super well protected, I grant you, but, you know, at least I have it. So, the monuments. This monument, I can choose the types of walls here. I am going to choose a marble wall. I honestly plan on eventually breaking down this monument once the needs are completed, but for now, well, yeah. Let's go with, yeah, I'll go with marble doors. And then put the limestone tile down. Oops, I don't need that tile out there. Put the flagstone down, and the granite tile down. And then this monument, probably again marble walls. Marble doors. Marble columns. Oh man, These are not simple. Tables out of, I guess, marble again? Why would you build tables right in front of your doors? I have no idea. I'm going to make the tables last for that reason, because otherwise it just makes it slow to move about. Move about the area. And it looks like we're going to need some more limestone to complete this. So let's go with Forever Limestone Craft on one of our benches here. I'm just going to remove all the other suspended. And then let's say make limestone around there. And then when you make it, just drop it on the floor. Well, that's a lot of construction projects. I'll probably need to re-queue up some other people to help. So Chris and Faustopia, I'm going to enlist you. Because Zero is smithing. He's making sure that we have a healthy amount of components so that when we're able to make better weapons, we've got the materials for it. So right now, it's not worth me cranking out a bunch of bolt-action rifles when I am working on gas operation and precision rifling. Assault rifles are a really good weapon to have, so that's really what I'm aiming for. So here's Chris and Faustopia helping out. It still says growing season. This one's missing blue. Oh, yeah. It's granite tile. There we go. And then another thing I wanted to do is don't bother roofing these off. Let's build... let's build the northern one first and leave this one last because... this one gives royal favor when it's constructed, I believe. Let me see. Yes. Immediately. And I can use that royal favor to call in backup in case this one fails. Additionally, this orbital trade beacon... Let me cue this up better. This orbital trade beacon, ideally, would... be now placed way up north. So the pod raiders come from the way up north. So we'll get that going. Which also means I don't need this cable anymore. Alright, so we definitely have a much healthier amount of components. I can breathe a little bit easier. Mathis somehow ended up on the night crew. Ooh, there's a warg out there. These corpses are all allies, so we'll haul them to our crematorium, or our corpse holding. I gotta be on the lookout for animals that are coming into my base to feed or whatever. Alright, we are cranking out those marble, or the limestone blocks to be able to complete that. Yanshui, what are you working on? You are cutting berries, but you're cutting berries but not actually hauling them back to the base, so the problem is you're just feeding wild animals. Angelia, this should probably not be a grazing zone anymore, as it's a construction project. I know there's not much to eat on, but we do have some kibble for you all. Now, Bubbaloo's doing a pretty good job forging ahead with the research. As far as a home zone goes, I'm going to add everything within my walls as home zone. Yes, that does mean a lot of firefighting and the like, but it's home now, right? This is our home, so might as well treat it as such. Alright, Pop, you're doing a really good job of cranking out those limestone. I'm going to suspend it so you can work on something else. Yeah, you're hauling the corpses to the stockpile. Kind of bothers me but there's no tiles underneath the doors here. I might actually add them in, even though it doesn't call for that. But what I usually do is I break down these monuments once the quest is over, and just recycle the materials. So gas operations just got done. Next, I really want assault rifles and sniper rifles. That's going to really up my weapon game. So we'll have Bubbaloo prioritize that. And then I also, once these monuments are done, should get back to the bedrooms. These are time sensitive, so we're trying to get those done quick. It still says growing season is here. I guess I'll sow a little bit more rice with Yuan Shui. It's quicker to do than to chase down some berries out in the wild. Angelia can almost fully haul. I'm getting pretty close there. This monument's like 2/3 done. $18 out of the 20 that I'm asking Zero to manufacture. I'm gonna bring that up to 30 though. One of the positive effects of this is, of course, his crafting goes up as I make components. So then when it comes time to make weapons, he'll make some good ones. Now M, alright, I'm not anywhere close to running out of marble blocks yet. No, there's a lot of wargs out there. As long as they have critters to eat and they're not coming into my home, I'm okay. Talon is cleaning up our base a bit. It's hard work, but it's honest work. Okay, allowing the tables last. It's kind of a weird, awkward monument, but who am I to complain? Oh, mobile boom bomb. I'm just gonna call him Boom Rat for now. I don't usually keep boom rats, but they're always good to kind of throw at an enemy, especially if you have the skip ability. I don't yet have skip. I have chaos skip, which is like Skip Jr. Alright, so we're one table away from getting that done. Mathis is building the northern conduit. I guess that's pretty important as well. Trying to get the orbital trade beacon out of my base so that I can use the kill box would be mighty fine. Talon, if you're having to clean up there, let's not let animals graze on the rough stone. That's going to reduce filth a lot. Dirt can't become filthy with dirt, but stone can become filthy with stone. So keeping the animal grazing away from where they can generate filth is important. All right, so the monument is completed. It has to not get destroyed for 15 days to satisfy the royals that issued it, that ordered it. So I suppose there's nowhere to store this wood, is there? I beg to differ. I suppose what I could do is just forbid these doors here and just leave it alone. I'll forbid it right after you haul that wood. There we are. All right. Well, that's pretty handy. Now, Talon hasn't been given the rank, or not Talon. Bubbaloo hasn't been given the. Oh, he got the rank. Okay. Next up will be to allow, or rather, unforbid all this construction. Get this finished up. That's a big one. Zero is really cranking through the components for us. I'm very happy about that. Bubbloo is quite the capable researcher. Alright, so we have the orbital trade beacon that is quite far away from the core of our base, so that if it becomes a target for raiders, the raiders don't land on us. Gives us extra time to react. I still need to... Oh, you know what? I'm low-key positive I accidentally cremated the corpses down here. So there was a comment that I saw that asked about that what happens if I accidentally do that? And I joked, partially joked, I think it was kind of serious, that I would gift urns to the aggrieved parties. And I think I'm going to have to do that. So, Empire Spirit and Rego of the Lake lost 2 corpses each. Oh, poor Talon. You're having to clean the... Alright, so this is a bad spot for animals to congregate now, because they are creating a lot of filth. So I think what I'll do is I'll move the... Where would be a wise spot to put it? I want to move the barn somewhere where it's not going to just generate filth. And I'm thinking, I'm just going to put them... It puts them a little bit in harm's way. But I'm going to put it up here. Just have them hang out up there. Not really a barn so much as just a spot for them to sleep. Alright, so grazing is going to be dramatically redesigned. Actually, it doesn't even help for me to have concrete there because that generates filth as well. So I'm going to allow them to graze on this fertile soil. And then that actually might be a good reason to plant hay grass here. Allow them to just eat hay grass as they please, and then I might figure out a better long-term solution for feeding animals if I add a lot more animals to the colony. That hasn't been and isn't a goal yet, but if it ever becomes one, I should have a plan to do it. Alright, we're working on the other monument, and then we'll work on the bedroom. The very neglected bedroom. Alright, Zero, you are done smithing, so I'm going to have you mine up some of the silver that is kind of in the way, and mine up the remainder of the uranium too. Quite a lot of monuments we've had to add this episode. So what I'm going to do is paint the terrain, the stone, smooth stone terrain with the stockpile here. and then shrink it from where it could be grazing grass in case I need extra grazing in the future. Which means hauling a heck of a lot of this stuff like 5 feet to the left. Yes, I know. It's a lot of work. But it's honest work. And I'll do the same thing over here. I'm just going to paint it on the grass zones. What was this? Slag? Right. I know some grass is covered by stockpiles, but most of it isn't. So it's a lot of hauling, but it's just a home beautification project of sorts. Talon is cleaning up some rubble. It's going to be a lot of cleaning, I think. Not everything necessarily needs to be cleaned. And stuff that doesn't really need to be cleaned, we can always move. We can remove home zones and just leave the outer walls or something. Another thing I got to look at is maybe group hunting of the predators. They're kind of removing precious creatures that I could eat from the map tile. So far, I don't have any animal starvation. It is 25 degrees out. I don't suspect I'll be able to plant any more crops this season. Oh, and Yanshui's picking out on food. Nothing like being gourmand. Well, the assault rifle research is so very close to being done. That is going to keep me infinitely better protected. I'm going to pause right now and ponder upon what ought to be next. Autocannon turrets would be terrific for my for protection, as would recon armor, or even advanced components. I think what I'm going to do is work on prosthetics next. So now let's go ahead and crank out some assault rifles. I'm going to do, let's make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. That's kind of a lot, but yeah. Let's make 7 of them. Drop it on the floor, make it with 0. Power this bad boy on. And 0. Quit playing with the harp. I guess you could finish mining. But then, yes, assault rifles. Sniper rifles will be good too. Having, you know, a mix of assault and sniper. But assault rifles are pretty cheap to make and have ridiculously high DPS for the efforts. Oh, yeah, you're mining uranium. Let's leave that uranium alone. I really, really, really want assault rifles. I can't express how much I really, really, really want good weapons. And then, of course, other really good things to make would be flak vests and flak armor. That would keep us far better protected than we currently are as well. A visitor from Evervumbum. I don't know what it was, but yeah, we have a visitor. And this monument is all but basically done. Okay, monument is completed. Title rewarded. Bubbaloo has gone up a rank. Bubbaloo. Let's upgrade to level 4. This puts me in contention for, he's now a Praetor. Puts me in contention. Oh, and I got Skip. All right, Skip is my favorite ability to have. It is so dangerous and so devastating. You can just move people around the map tile. It also gives me the Janissary squad that I can call in. It does make it so that his bedroom currently is, or rather his throne room is undignified. I need 2 more columns to dignify it. So let's get 2 more columns up. Soon he's going to be demanding that it's all fine tiled as well, or fine carpeted. Looks like the animals are all set with their little zone. Now that both monuments are done, I'm just actually perfectly out of time. Has been quite a peaceful episode, but a very productive one. If you have any tips, tricks, feedback for me, do drop me a line. I'm really happy to hear what you have suggestions for. A little reminder to my patrons that if you have anything to vote on for the polls up and coming, do drop that into Discord. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this episode and tune in next time. Farewell, friends.